Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the morning, 15 minutes. Kunshus, Inyanah, Chassidus. Continuing on in Perek Yud Gimel. So yesterday we went and we explained the Modeh Ani with the Chassidus Shetaich Modeh Ani, which is that Modeh Ani is such a high level that a Yid is constantly b'shleimus. His Modeh Ani is complete. Doesn't matter what happens to us, doesn't matter how impure we get or anything. That on a low level, on a Pshat Rabbi Said level, we could become, so to speak, tainted. But the Modeh Ani is always complete. It's always good, and that's why it doesn't even know Hashem's name, because it's above names, and that's why we say we even with impure hands, but it's above impurity. And we explained how we can apply that to the simple meaning of Modeh Ani, that I'm thinking on Hashem and Neshama, that it's not just I'm thinking Hashem for Neshama, that I'm alive, not just I'm thinking myself, Hashem, I'm alive. Like the saying, am I alive because I'm not dead? Or am I alive when I'm alive? So too, if that we're thinking Hashem, not just that we're alive that as a Yid, that we have the opportunity to turn mitzvahs, and that's what we're being thankful for, because it's not enough. But it's not just that we do Torah mitzvahs. I mean, it's not just that we're alive, but it's alive we're doing Torah mitzvahs. And that was how we added the Chassidus Shetaich to the simple pshat. It's not just we're alive, but we're alive with a neshama that we can do Torah mitzvahs. Like we gave the example of the son of a king being in the ban. Of course, he wouldn't be happy, and he wouldn't want to live. So too, with the neshama, not just with neshama, but we have a national kiss, and that's why we're happy. So now let's understand the Chassidus Shetaich, how it comes and applies, how we put it in for the remez, which we talked about before, which is about haChassidus. So let's see. It's very interesting. So essentially, in short, he's going to ask a question on haChassidus. That's not a really good way of understanding Modeh Ani. It's not it doesn't match up very well. And Chassidus helps us understand it. Let's see. Just like this simple meaning of Modeh Ani. haChassidus mesifa oid pirush. Chassidus is not adding another pirush, another explanation. We didn't add another explanation to the pshat. Neisaf ala pirush hapashut. In addition to the simple meaning. Sharei gamal pi Chassidus hapirush the Modeh Ani kipshuta hu haida ala Chassidus binishmasim. Because also on the Chassidus Shetaich of Modeh Ani in a simplistic sense is thanking for us for the neshama. We didn't add to that thanking of the neshama. Ela shemabhira umeira perisha. But what we did was we shined light and we made it beautiful. We sharply clarified, as he translates down, and we illuminate zeh atzmoi al yidei hadgasha mahi nishmasei chayusei shel Yehudi. That we just added light and we stressed what is the neshama of a Yid. We said thank you for neshama. The Chassidus Shetaich is what neshama we're saying thank you for. Va'al ma hi haidase, and on what are we saying thank you for? Not just that we have a neshama, and not just that we're alive, not just we have a nefesh l'kis, but also that we have nefesh l'kis that connects to Hashem, like story of Kristo Leplon. That when Alter gave him the bracha for long life, he said aval onaim v'lei. But he made sure that he said he wanted, but it's not just that he's alive, but he's alive. You can see Eibishter and you can hear Eibishter. Ki kenhu b'cheilek haremes. So too with the remes of Torah. Hadarush v'seid should be Modeh Ani, and also drush and the side, all those levels. The same thing's going to happen. We're going to take the Modeh Ani. It's not going to add another pirush to those levels, but it's going to show the depth of it, and it's going to make it bright and shine and clear and give it a clarity. Chassidus meira mavhira es hapirushim eila atzon. Chassidus takes these same pirushim and it just shines and makes it clear, makes it sharp, makes it illuminated. So now let's see the remez. Haremes shebachzaras neshama beiker l'tchesamesim. So we said the simple hint, the remez pirush in Torah, or in this case, Modeh Ani, is the idea of Tchis Mason, that every morning the neshama comes back. Bliber says, with haChassidus, who remes rachik b'yesei. With haChassidus, it seems to be very distant hints between Modeh Ani and the idea of Tchis Mason. Why? First of all, Chesed Mesim is when you literally die, whereas here we're saying you're 1/60th of death. It's such a little comparison. Like it's not, it's like 1/60th is such a small percent. Because the novelty of the neshama coming back after you go to sleep, who rak. It's only in the connection with the neshama with the body. The neshama goes away for a little bit and comes back to the body, and not even all of it. It's only 1/60th. Whereas what's Chesed Mesim? It's both the body and the soul. Not just the soul is coming back, the soul is being recreated, and also the body is being recreated. Why? Because before you pass away, before you come back, Yisha me'aguf rak etzem luz b'vad. It's only the luz burn. You only have one burn, and from that burn, he's going to recreate you. So Chesed Mesim is that you're recreating a body. When we wake up from our sleep, our body's not recreated. We didn't take an empty, a one burn and create a new body from it. We're still alive. We still have, we still exist. It's just neshama coming back, and 1/60th of it really. It's not even a full Chesed Mesim. When we say move on, so this understood. Shegab b'nishmasei shaneshama v'aguf heim b'chlal be'erech sheyachos elazeh. So therefore, the neshama and the body, which is connected to each other, b'yiyeh shinui ikri. Yiyeh shinui ikri is going to be in a fundamental change by Chesed Mesim. Ubizman haTchiyah yibane me'etzem zeh guf shalim, and when Chesed Mesim comes, we're going to create a whole new body, complete body from this burn. Val derech zeh gam b'neshama, so too with the neshama. Ta'aver derech kama inyanim ad shetivne v'tikanas b'guf, so too the neshama will, so to speak, be created, be built, going through some places, and then it'll be coming to the body. Whereas what happens now when we wake up, then nothing happened to the neshama, nothing happened to the body. It didn't go away. It didn't lose anything. It's always there. So the Rebbe is saying the simple way of understanding Chesed Mesim, the remes of Chesed Mesim, is very difficult. And therefore the haremes of haChassidus neshama Chesed Mesim urak siman b'alma. It's only a sign. It's not really a good way of understanding. It's just like a sign. So now we'll see how Chassidus gives us the ability to understand this properly. Chassidus comes and explains. Shegam b'hachazas neshama. So too, when the neshama comes back, it's not just the fact that the neshama comes back into the body, to the body and the soul themselves. That's why we say that every morning a person becomes a new creation. Yeah, like it says in a few places, Shulchan Aruch, Ki b'chol rega v'rega mishaves kol habriya mechadash mamish k'moy b'mash reishis. Why? Why is it that every morning it's new? Because it really, essentially, every single moment, as we learned in Chassidus, every single moment is like a recreation. It's like Bria Yesh Mayin. It's like voracious. It's like creation of the world. Every single moment. But just that in the morning we recognize it with Chesed Mesim. What he's saying essentially it's all the time. But why specifically in the morning is ki bitul v'hisgalus chidush shel bria, because this nullification and this revelation of this idea really expresses itself well. Mishavish tamim an liyesh hu b'chol beikad, specifically every morning. This idea of yesh ma'ayin that's happening every single moment is really brought out very nicely in the morning. See? So what we're saying is that every morning, so really every single moment we have yesh ma'ayin, And therefore, Toras could be understood by every single moment of the day. The fact that the neshama goes away, and the fact that everything is being recreated every single moment, that's a perfect example of Toras. But we're saying it's not a very clear one. You don't notice it as much. Whereas in the morning, you notice it, and you see how that concept is a Chassidish concept. It's the essence, and he's going to explain that. And the true feeling, to be able to feel this and to recognize this is specific from the level of Yechidah. Because the Dal Bechina is never Neshama Chaya, because there's low, full levels, since they themselves are in the world. Nefesh, Vasiya, you have the Nefesh, which is connected to the world of Asiya, Ruach, Vitzira, the level of Ruach, connected to the world of Vitzira, Neshama Bria, V'chaya Batzilus, all connected to a world. So Harei Mash and Nigash Etzlam Bipshitus, who, what do they simply feel? Sheish Aleim Tam. There's a reason. Make sure it's the right page. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Harei Mash and Nigash Etzlam Bipshitus. What they feel like automatically is who Metzius Eilam. They feel the world. But the feeling to be able to have that you don't feel the worlds, there's no real existence. How can that where can you get that from? Is and everything is being created from the ultimate nothingness. How do you get to that level? Where do you get that from? That whole concept, it's totally a novel idea. But on the level of Yechidah, which is totally above worlds, it's not in that Tzilus even. So Nigosh Etzla bepashtus kol ha'ilma is hein ein ve'efes hamuchlat. V'chol mitziyusam hu chidush gamer shemischadish tamid l'chol rega. But by the level of Yechidah is when this idea is obvious. That's how it feels, and that's why this idea can only come about through Chassidus. But all the other levels, they're inner worlds, and in the world, what do you feel? A world. This exists. Only when you reach the etzem, you feel this feeling of the fact that the world exists is a chiddush, and it's only happening every single moment from nothingness. And that's all he's saying here. So meaning like this. To explain in short, and I'll give a story. In short, he's sort of saying like this. The simple meaning of Toras HaMeisim is a remez to Modeh Ani. 160 the death. It's not a good. 160 is not very good. 160 the death, and also the real Toras HaMeisim death versus going to sleep death is incomparable. Toras HaMeisim, your neshama has to be regenerated, so to speak, and the body for sure. You only have the loose burn. You have one burn, and from that burn you have to make a whole person. When we go to sleep, nothing happens to the neshama. It just goes away, gets refreshed, a little dry cleaning, and the body for sure nothing happens. So al pi pshat, the simple understanding of the remez, it's a very distant comparison. But when we understand the Chassidus, what Chassidus really teaches, this is coming from the etzem, from the essence, essential level, above the worlds. Whereas one with Hashem, and where it realizes and it sees clearly that the world is being recreated every single moment. And therefore, being that the world is being created every single moment, so every single moment he has this idea of Toras HaMeisim. That's of course. Modeh Ani just shows it out clearer because of the fact that you go to sleep and you wake up, and it's like this distinction. But only Chassidus can show you this, because Chassidus shows that really the whole world is ma'ina. It comes from the ultimate nothingness. At every single moment, you recreated brand new. That's only specific in Chassidus. So it shows again, like we said before, the Chassidus is not adding a pirush, an explanation to the remez, but Chassidus is showing the true meaning of the remez. Just a quick story to sort of bring out this point, that there was once a chassid, it could have been a time Alter Rebbe or the Mitzvah Rebbe, and then got stuck in a misnagdish town for Shabbos, and he came and whatever, he had Shabbos there, and then the Shabbos he was going to go, and he was like thanking everyone, for having me. It was nice, appreciate it. And so one of the guys came to him and he said, "No, so how was?" So especially in those days, the Chassidim were very sharp, and he said, "Yeah, it was great. It was good." So the Misnagid was like, Chassid saying Shabbos in the Misnagid town was good. Something doesn't make sense. He goes, "Well, what do you mean?" Like, I'll allow it. He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You the whole Shabbos you're talking about Hashem. It was beautiful." And the guy's like, "Okay, cool." And he went on his way, and Stein felt good about himself. And then he said, "One second. something doesn't make sense. Chassid giving compliments, Misnagid, I don't know. So he comes, runs after him, and he goes, what did you mean by that? What do you mean? Talking about God. So he goes, yeah, very simple. He goes, by me, what do I know? The Eibishter exists. So I'm always wondering whether I exist. All I'm talking about is, do I really exist? Because by you, you for sure exist. So the whole time, what are you talking about? Does the Eibishter really exist? And he's like, I get it. So to speak, that Chassid was living on the Yechidah. It was obvious Hashem exists. And the whole world created, like, wow, the world really exists? How? Hashem just made it exist right now. It's my separation just happened. And that's what we're saying. That only comes from the Yechidah. And then when you see that, so that helps us understand it's Chassidus. Chassidus is really every single moment. Just the Modeh Ani aspect of it shows us very clearly because of the contrast of what's happening, sleep and waking up. And the practical takeaway is we should live within the moment, recognizing every single moment the world we recreated, and what we did a second ago is not negeya, doesn't affect what we're doing the next second. And unless it's good, and then you should take it. But if not, don't worry about it. Every single moment, it's good. Have a great Shabbos, everybody.